Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness, I am so excited to share with you my custom planner flip through. This is my new setup for 2024. This is my main planner that I'm using the most, and I love it. I'm so excited to share it with you, so let's get started. Okay, if you have been around for a while, you know that my true love for many years has been A5 rings. I have a whole collection of them. I love them. I still love them. But I just happened to notice in 2023 that I was reaching for it less. And there's a few different reasons for that I won't go into here, but if you want to watch my 2024 planner lineup, I talk about it a little bit more in there. So I started really thinking along the lines of what's working about this system, which one of the things that I always love about any kind of planner setup is the pockets and being able to put custom things, like being able to customize my planner. So that was working. My HB90 inserts were working, and having the ability to section things out, that was all working. What wasn't working is the rings themselves, the footprint of this on my desk, and a few other things. So I started brainstorming, how can I take the things that are working and change the things that aren't working? And after writing down lots of different possibilities, I considered going into a bullet journal where I could kind of recreate, and then you can customize, and I could have it in some kind of little cover like this where I could still have my pockets, but I could draw out my spreads. And then Renee, my operations manager, she was like, you're not gonna have time to be drawing in all those spreads. I highly recommend Happy Planner. And I was like, oh, I didn't think about going bigger, because part of the issue with this one was that it was so big on my desk. But when I started thinking about it, the difference with a Happy Planner or a disc system is that once you take it out of the cover, like you have the flexibility to take the planner and the discs out, whereas you can't really take the rings out of a ring planner. And then it can only have this small footprint if I need it to. But I get the added benefit of bigger pages. And I actually have never used my own HB90 planner in Happy Planner size. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna experiment with this and play around with it. And this is not gonna be like the be all end all final setup forever, but this is how I have it started at the beginning of the year. And my intention for this first quarter is to keep asking myself those questions. What's working, what's not working, continue to tweak and figure out how to make this the planner of my dreams. So first things first, I knew once I started thinking about all the different things I wanted to put in this planner that I wanted to use expander discs. So these are the Happy Planner 2-inch expander discs. I did try, like the regular Happy Planner I think is like 1.25 inch. And then Plum paper has some that are 1.5 inch. So I did try those. Still couldn't fit everything on here. So I was like, I just want to use the expander discs. But the expander discs did not fit and close in my cloth and paper cover. So I purchased a new cover during the end of year sales with Notiq. And this cover is beautiful, and it does fit the expander discs. So you can see it's kind of bowing right here. That is not the fault of the planner. It's because I have it so packed. So I might make some changes because I don't want to damage the planner, but this is the stone gray color. It really is more of just a really neutral kind of beige color than it is gray. And I love it. It's a little bit different from what I normally pick up, and I wanted to try something a little bit different. So this is a neutral color palette, but you'll see inside I'm doing a lot of red and pink. So it has the rose gold clasp here and the pretty Notiq branding. It does have a pin loop over here, and then you've got the pockets. So that's like number one of the things that I love to do is to fill the pockets. However, I think that I have them a little bit too full, so I probably will take a little bit of this stuff out, but I had fun decorating it. So I have some Coffee Monsters Co. stuff. I have this super cute disco cherries. This is from a local shop here in Dallas on Etsy, and I will find links for all this stuff. I did not bring the names of everything to this session, so I will just try to put as many links as I can in the description. I have this little dragonfly sticker that is from one of you sent this to me a couple of years ago, one of my subscribers, and I love it. I have some pictures of the family, some stickers in here, so there are some functional things that I pull out and use. I have a folder here too that is from Coffee Monsters Co. that has nothing in it, but I might put some stickers in there. But right now I'm like, okay, it's a little too full. So I'm probably gonna pull some of this stuff out. Then I have the main part of the planner. So I'm gonna do my best. Sorry for this glare, but I've gotta have the lighting here. So I am gonna do my best to explain and say where everything's coming from and walk through what my thought process it was in this setup. So these expander discs, these are, like I said, Happy Planner 2-inch, and they're the red metal ones. And then we have a cover that's just a plain clear cover. This is from Cloth and Paper. I think it was like $7 or $8, but I wanted to have something that was a little bit thicker than some of the typical Happy Planner covers, just for a little bit more protection. So I've got that. And then I also have a Happy Planner cover that I got from the Planner Babe on Etsy as well, that's customized with my name. I have used this in the past. This isn't new. So I'm just using it on this planner now. And then I have a clip here that is also from Cloth and Paper. And when I open it, all of these sticky notes are from Cloth and Paper. I'm not currently subscribed to her monthly subscription, but I had been subscribed in the past. And so this is a lot of the things that were from the subscription. And I also had a lot of points. So if you're in the Cloth and Paper Club, you get points that you can redeem for coupons. So I was able to get a 20% off coupon during a sale, and I bought several things for this insert, so you'll see. So I have this inbox here that is just a thick, like, page of acrylic or acetate or something like that. And it just has this little place for putting your Post-it notes. Now, what I have been doing so far is I just have some little Post-its like this, or I'll grab one of these. And as something comes up during the week that I need to remember that I might not see if it's buried in my planner, that's something like, don't forget to answer this email, call the doctor, make this appointment, anything like that, I've been sticking it on here. And then on Friday afternoon, I went through and cleared all those things, made sure they were all done, cleared it off. Now I do still have some lingering sticky notes, but for the most part, that's how I'm planning to use the inbox, as sort of as a catch-all for Fridays, which is part of my admin day. Then I have a thick vellum sheet that just has the 2024 year at a glance. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with this sheet other than just use it for reference, because I have another calendar in here. Little picture that I just printed on cardstock, but because this planner is so beefy, I think I'm actually gonna go and reprint this on vellum or something like that, so it will be not so cardstocky. But this is one of my favorite pictures from when we were living in Airbnbs and kind of traveling around. Little chocolate on her mouth. It's just so cute. I love it. So then I have this cute little bookmark here that says cherry on top. I'm not even sure if that will show up, but I got this from another shop on Etsy. And part of the reason I was looking for it is because I had purchased previously a bookmark for my A5 binder that has this little hole to put your charms in. I love decorating my planner with the charms and the paper clips and things like this, but sometimes I'll just clip stuff, and then when I go to actually find that page, I have to just take them out, and then they just get left on my desk. So this is a way for me to kind of permanently have charms and move them around. The only complaint that I have is that all the ones they sell, the charm loop is on the very interior side. And it's like, I would love to have a charm, like one on top, one on this corner, one on this corner. And I'm wondering how difficult it would be to just punch that myself. I'm not sure what kind of tool they use, but it might be like a brad tool from scrapbooking. So I might be able to do it myself. I might experiment with that. This little charm is one of the Druzy charms from Erin Condren. And then you've got this. And this shop, like I said, I'll link it below, but this shop had 4 different types of planners, not just discs ones. And I've got another one back here. The tab dividers that I have in here are from, again, Cloth and Paper. These are the glass plastic ones. I have used these in my plotting planner in the past, so they're a little bit like dirty and I need to just go through and get all the sticky stuff off of them. I also had some previous tabs on here that are not really the types of labels you would want. So the planner still has some work that it needs. So I'm going to go through with some like Goo Gone, and I'm going to clean off all the sticky pieces and get it really cleaned up. But I wanted to go ahead and show you how I'm using it first. So excuse those pieces. So this little vellum is from Planner Press. And you know, if you've been around, you know that I have been subscribed to the Planner Press digital dash box where you can print out a bunch of different dashboards. since the first month they started it. I don't even know what year that was, 2018 maybe, 2017, I don't know. And I love it. And I do actually have still the original price because it was kind of grandfathered in as they raised the prices. But then I felt like over the last year, the Planner Press, the dashboards just haven't been as cohesive and I haven't used them as much. But then again, like I said, I haven't been resetting my planners as much either. So I thought about canceling it, but then January stuff came about and she announced that they're doing a physical dash box as well. And you get a discount if you're subscribed to both. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to stick with it and we're going to see how this year goes. Because I have a lot of printed things from the A5 size. And now I'm going to be printing the Happy Planner size. But this was, I think, part of the January or December kit. And it's so pretty and it looks so nice on vellum. The digital dash box is one where you get lots of different sizes and you get to print them however you want. The physical dash box will come pre-printed, and I decided to go with the B6 size so that I could fit it into my nightly journal. So anyway, that's where that comes from. Then I have a bunch of other of the inserts are going to be from My Life Plans on Etsy. I think that's where this one comes from. It's a colorful 2024 Sunday start. I think it also came in Monday start. And this is where I'm going to be tracking every time I post a video. So I'll post a video January 13th. I'm going to put it here. I'm definitely giving myself more like space this year to be creative and spend like less of my time worrying about, I got to have a video every Thursday. I'm hoping I'll still be on a basic schedule, but I'm just going to put a little bit less pressure on myself here on YouTube. And you know, some of the videos coming up might be less, like they might be more talky and less edited, or they might be more live streams or more planner flip throughs and things like that as I finish up my book. And I think that'll be great. But I do want to keep track of when I post a video so I can have a snapshot at the end of the year without having to go back through my YouTube. So I've got these little stickers, transparent stickers from Erin Condren, and I'm planning to use those. Now this insert underneath, I'm not even sure if I'll keep this, but this is the idea that there's 52 boxes here and 72 lines. So this is the idea that there's 72 years in the average life. And so each one of these boxes represents a week of your life if you're lucky enough to make it to 72. And if you're lucky enough to live past 72, then, you know, you've got maybe 20 or more years that you can add to this list. I really am intrigued by this because I've been reading that book. Is it like 4,000 weeks or something like that? And I've been thinking about how I'm, you know, turning 47 in just a week and a half. And so I've been thinking like, oh my gosh, look how much of my life is gone. Now, for some people that would freak you out. For me, it's motivating of like, okay, I'm ready to like start making my dreams come true. I'm ready to get these books going again. I'm ready to accomplish these things, to be a good mom, like not to put, I don't know, there's a balance because I don't want to put too much pressure on myself to feel like I have to perform. I just was talking about taking pressure off, but I also want to have awareness of where I'm spending my time. So this I need to go through and fill out before my 47th birthday, and then I can start checking them off. If it starts to freak me out, I will take it out. If it freaks you out, just forget you ever saw it. Then I have this yearly to-do list, and I haven't filled this out because I haven't decided yet exactly what I'm going to put here. If this is going to be like doctor's appointments and personal things, or if this is going to be like when I'm putting up a video or whatever my future plans are, I'm not sure. But this is a cloth and paper insert that's called her Duo Notes, where you have graph paper and then just blank. And I have already covered it up, but I've made a list of 2024 things that I need to get done in terms of legal and financial stuff. Like I'm going to be, you know, changing my will, or, you know, doing some things with my legal rights, getting a trademark. Like there's different things that I'm going to be doing. Then there's stuff with our home and vehicles that I'm going to be working on. So hopefully checking that stuff off. And maybe these things, once I schedule them, will go on this list. I'm not sure. Yearly overview. This, I cannot remember which shop this is from, but this yearly overview is really just a box for every day of the year. So you've got the months along the top and the days along the side, and the weekends are grayed out. I actually created a Google Doc like this that has this same type of setup that is in the resource library. So if you are on my newsletter list, you now can find inside there the Heart Breathing 2024 Year at a Glance template. And you can go to File and make a copy, and you can copy it out for yourself, and you can use a template similar to this. It's not a printable, it's a Google Doc, like a Google Sheet, that you can use to plan your schedule for the year or to keep track of your word count or however you want to use it. So that's just a freebie thing I made for myself that I'm sharing with you all if you want to use it. This was a printable I got from Etsy, and I'm planning to put my word counts in here, or to just put a check mark every time I'm writing that I showed up for my writing, whether it be editing or whatever, but I haven't started it yet because I'm still trying to make decisions. Then I have some trackers, and this is kind of the whole beginning of this planner is like lists and trackers. So I've got a mood tracker, and these pens that I have are highlighters from Notiq, and I keep them in this planner pouch that I have been kind of carrying around with me anytime I'm using this planner. The only downside is I put this joyful color and this anxious color thinking that they would be more different, and they kind of show up similar because this is supposed to be joyful, this is anxious. So I don't know, I might change those up. I have a year in pixels here where I'm tracking my energy 1 through 9, or like how productive I felt I was for the day. A step tracker for the entire year. I have a weight loss tracker, have not even glanced at that. And then I also have a habit tracker for the whole year. Now, previously in my Sterling Ink planner, I was tracking my habits monthly here in the like on an insert that I taped into the planner. But I realized I really wanted to see my habits in my main planner and not just at night in my nightly journal. So I've been trying to fill this out every morning. You can see I didn't do it on the 11th and 12th, so I need to do that today. I'll do it in just a minute. But this will be not just a tracker for the month, but for the entire year, because you have the months down the side and then the days over here for each of these 6 habits. And you could print out another if you wanted 12 habits. So I'm doing writing. Anytime I read or watch TV, that I'm consuming story as a consumer, courses that I'm taking, meditation, exercise, and eating well. So I'm going to be tracking that. And it'll be, I think, really nice at the end of the year to see the whole year of habits. It's kind of neat. This insert is from my HB90 planner, where I'm tracking my daily kind of ideal routine or my weekly ideal routine with how many task blocks I want to work each day. And then I have the project brainstorm sheets, but I did take this out because I intended to fill it out and I forgot to put it back in. So I will eventually move my projects that I created in my iPad version, my digital planner, and move them into here just for reference. And then I also have this task block tracker. Now, tracking my time is something that I did pretty religiously for a good period of time. And it was super, super helpful. And then I sort of stopped tracking my time as like I was doing it on my weekly spreads, but I wasn't like tracking the project over the course of the entire quarter. And I missed that last year. It just takes diligence and remembering. And this kind of thing is not like you have to do this to follow HB90. This is just kind of whether it serves you or not. If you are attracted to it, you feel like you want to do it, great. If you don't, it's just another tool and you don't have to use it. Like I said, I didn't use this all last year. But what this is basically in the HB90 method, when I choose a project, so editing my book, for example, I will also estimate how long that will take me in terms of task blocks. And a task block is a half-hour period, so like a Pomodoro. So there are 2 task blocks for every hour. So if I had 80 task blocks, that's 40 hours worth of work. So I estimated that my Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw will take me 150 task blocks to edit that book completely. So now what I'm doing is every time I use a task block, I come in here and I update it. Now, I say that in theory, but I have it currently updated on my weekly, but I haven't moved it over to here. So at the end of the week, when I do my planning, that'll be some of the sort of accounting that I'll do, is making sure that I have all of my task blocks accounted for over here and not just on my daily planner. So we'll see how it goes, but this will give me a really clear view at the end of the quarter or at the end of this project, how well I did with estimating. And the reason I want to do that is because some of these projects I've been doing over and over again, and I've lost track of how long they really take me. And so having the actual data of, okay, when I'm editing a book, it actually takes me more like 250 rather than 150. And that way I know I can plan my time better for each quarter. So tracking my time. One of the things I'm doing to help me with that is this Timular device. You might have seen this before, that it used to have like geometric designs on it, but I printed these new stickers in Canva to track my time. So really, technically, I didn't do it today, but I should have it up like this on YouTube, and it would be tracking my YouTube videos that I'm currently doing. So I will leave that for now. So I'm tracking all of my projects. I have the estimates here, and then I will just post any or put a mark every time I have used a task block, and I have it for each of my goals, and they're all color coordinated here. And you can see some of them are filled out and some of them are not. So hopefully that will be good. This is a little vellum sheet also from Cloth and Paper, more of those duo notes. And then I have some top tabs as well as side tabs. So this top tab is telling me I'm moving into the monthly section, but I just need to go through and print out all of those. So this vellum overlay, or not vellum, but acetate overlay, says Coffee Queen. These are so cute, and you'll see a few of these in my planner. These are from Simply Create Doodles. Super cute shop. She has lots of different sizes. So I had several of them in my A5, and now I've bought some for this bigger size, and they're really cute. So I have my vision board for the year, just printed on regular photo paper. And then I also have some of my HB90 inserts. So all of my HB90 printable planners have quotes pages. So this is some of the quotes pages for this year. Then I have a 2024 overview calendar where I have, this comes from the planner itself. And I realize at this point now I have 3 2024 calendars, but like I said, the first one is just for reference. The second one is just for videos. This one is going to be where I'm marking out my appearances and publishing events and stuff like that. So I just need to go in and add them in. Then there's a 2025 year at a glance as well. And then we have the monthly spreads. Now in the Q1 planner, there's only January, February, March, but I actually went through the yearly goals planner and printed out all the way to the end of December, because it's a very busy year for me. I am going to a conference or an event almost every single month this year, not here in January, but almost every other single month. And I want to keep my writing and everything else going at the same time. So it's going to be busy. So this calendar will have, I kind of gone back and forth, and I talked about this in my, one of my planner lineups, is when you use multiple planners and you can customize your planners, sometimes there's just too many monthly spreads. And sometimes I'm like, but what do I put in each one? And I haven't gotten a feel for it yet. So you'll see me kind of duplicating things, because I started putting my editorial calendar in here, but I'm not sure that's what I really want this for. But I do have like all my masterminds, Publish and Thrive Q&A. If you're interested in joining Publish and Thrive, by the way, which is my self-publishing course, we decided we're going to open on Saturday. So a week from today, that will open. So mark your calendars, and then we'll start 3 weeks from today on February 3rd, and that will go for 6 weeks. Then we'll have the HB90 bootcamp and the kids' spring break and stuff like that. I'm hoping to Go Wild, so let me know in the comments if you're going to be at Go Wild. I'm speaking at Pikes Peak Writers Conference. I'm going to the Subscriptions for Authors Summit in Boston. I'm speaking at InkersCon. It's a busy, busy year, to say the least. So then I have this next section, which just for now says to do, but I'll probably just take that off because I'm going to change this, because this is where we go into my daily planner. And this is the part of the planner I use the most. So this is another Simply Create Doodles dashboard. I got it to say the word joyful, but you could get it to say anything. You could put your word of the year there. I have that same disco cherries printed just on regular photo paper. And then we have the planner itself. So now we get into my HB90 planner. This is another quote from the HB90 planner. And one of the questions that I always get when I talk about HB90 in a classic happy planner or in an A5 planner is, how do you print it out? So I'll just quickly say I will have a video that will be just dedicated to how to print it out. I hoped to do it in December, just didn't have time. But the basics of it is you just take the letter size planner, and what I do is I go ahead and cut my paper down to size, which is like 7 by 9.25. So I just take out my paper cutter and I cut letter size paper down to size first. Then I put it in the printer, take the letter size file and print it at 82%. And then I print all the odd pages first, turn them over and reverse it, and then print all the odd even pages. And it sounds complicated, but once you've done it a few times and you've gotten a feel for it, it's super easy. And to print this whole month, I print 1 month at a time. So to print this whole month took me maybe 10 minutes. So it's not that difficult. It's just a matter of like getting over the hump of like, how do I do it? So this is the HB90 planner. This is from that same shop. Actually, maybe it says the name, Periwinkle Planner Co. So this is just another little bookmark that has circles and squares in case you want to use that for your little check boxes. This is grid or dot grid anyway, so I haven't been using it a lot, but I use it a little bit. So the first thing I do in my planning is I write out for goal number 1, what are the projects and tasks I'm working on this week? For goal number 2, for goal number 3. And this is just the task list. Then over here, I kind of write a little bit of my schedule. And here's where I have my time tracking for the week. So as you can see, in truth, I planned to spend 25 task blocks on the disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. So far, I have spent 22, but I'm hoping to get those last 3 in this afternoon. So when I'm done with that, I will go back to that original time tracking sheet, which I have marked with this little red bow. And I'll put in all 25 of these. So right now I just kind of stopped tracking on day 3. So I'll make sure that this matches this each week at the end of the week. And that'll be just part of my planning process for the following week. But I have a little task block summary here. So if you like tracking your time, this is great. This year, I also released a version of the planner that does not have the time tracking. And instead, this is just a notes page. So if you wanted to do some journaling or other things, you could do that. Then I have the week on 2 pages spread, which happily, if you take my A5 or my letter size planner and shrink it down to Happy Planner size, then Erin Condren sticker kits like these from Simply Gilded fit almost perfectly, which is very good because I've had years and years of Simply Gilded sticker kits and I haven't used them all. So that gives me tons of stickers that I can use up from my own stash and make it beautiful. But here's where I take the task list that I want to get done for the week. And I plan out when I hope to get these things done. So I would go over here and say, okay, plus I put in my routines, which my routines may not always be in here. Like here, I might just say, write some words, but here I'm going to actually say I'm going to write at 8:30 every morning. So I put that in here. Then we have daily pages. So on the daily pages, I've been kind of changing up how I'm doing it because I have more space than I used to have in an A5. So at the top, I just put out any kind of like reminders that aren't necessarily my work stuff, but are just like, call this credit card company, reach out to Teachable, do my visualization, fill out this tax application, like different things like that. Just go here at the top, any 3 top important things. My schedule over here on these, the hours go from 6 to 10. And then something I've been doing, and this relates to the time tracking here, is, and this again is kind of a throwback to something I used to do, some of you might remember if you've been around for a while, is I have these dot stickers. Now these, I didn't create them exactly myself, but I sort of did. I took a sheet from, I think it was like Hourglass Planners or something like that, that had a bunch of different pastel colors, and then I cropped each one and then duplicated them so I could make one big sheet, and then I cut them out with my Cricut. I no longer have a Cricut, now I have a Silhouette, so I would have to redo this. But for now, I have my old sheets that I never finished using, so I'm going to use these until they're gone. But each project or main section of my career has a time tracking color and a certain dot sticker. So like writing is dark purple, but anything that has to do with like my admin tasks for Sarra Cannon are light purple. YouTube is like a dark pink or a red. And so there's audio. Any of my admin and meeting stuff is this blue. Planning is a light blue. Courses are this sort of mint color. So I have my color code, and this type of detail in my planning schedule, like I get criticized because people say like, you must spend all your time planning, but I'm telling you, like, criticize all you want, but this helps me get so much more done because it doesn't take me that long to pick out a dot and put it here and to track my time and flip this over. But I used to spend a lot of time going, I'm not sure what I need to be doing right now. I'm not sure how long things take. And that uncertainty cost me a lot of time. Now I sit down at my planner, I can easily see at a glance with a color code what's on my plate for the day and what's my priorities. And it's super helpful for me. And then at the end of the quarter, I'm going to be able to show you all how much time I spent on each of these. And I think that'll be the first time I've ever done a video at the end of a quarter, giving you very detailed information about how I estimate my projects. And I'm really looking forward to that. So I put the coordinating color code, put what the project is, writing. I could have put TDOVS. show up. That's the first thing on every day here is I just want to show up at the writing plan. That was the main goal. Then I had little extra tasks to do. And then I have an estimate of how long I'm planning to spend on each of these things. Now I know from my daily schedule that I showed you earlier that I have about 12 task blocks a day, which is 6 hours a day that I want to work on these types of things. That doesn't include my like workout routines, my cleaning, anything like that. It's just the basics of the work that I'm getting done. So I know I have that to work with, and I tried to work within it, but some days I have to plan a little bit over. So it's give and take. The plan itself is just an intention. The follow through sometimes is going to be a little bit different. But anyway, that's the tasks for the day. And then here is where I track the task blocks. And I know I'm tracking the task blocks in a lot of different places, but it's easy for me when this is open on my desk to say, okay, there's one for writing, one for writing, one for writing. And then at the end of the day, I'll say, okay, I spent 5 writing. So I'm going to go over here and write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then at the end of the week, I go back to that other sheet and I say, okay, 25, let me mark those in. So it's kind of like a tiered approach, daily, weekly, quarterly. So that is how my system is working for anyone who's interested. But this is the box that I always kind of just becomes sometimes like little notes to myself, little stickers, little memories. George surprised me by bringing me coffee. You can see some days I'm not perfect about planning everything out. We spent a lot of time on Wednesday working on my office, so I just didn't get anything else done. Didn't track my task blocks here specifically, but I tracked them over here. So it's kind of like a little redundancy. So that'll be in my phone and I can add it in here. I haven't put anything for Saturday. So some days are going to be perfect, some days aren't. And I'm just not going to stress when it's perfect or when it's not, but I'm going to just do the best that I can. But I will continue on with that. Then I have a review for the week, and then we start back over with planning every day on every week on Sundays. So that is kind of the main part of this planner that I use. At the end of this planner, I have another top thing where I've got a section here with a heavy vellum sheet for projects. Another one of those Simply Create Doodle sort of not vellum, I keep calling this vellum, acetate overlays with a little, kind of like a little Insta Polaroid picture kind of thing. And this is my best friend, Kelly. And then here I have printables from the Fresh Start Planner from the Modern CEO. So many of you have heard me mention and just rave over my business mentor, Amber McHugh. I love her. I've been working with her for 5 or 6 years now. And I'm in her mastermind. And as part of that, she gave us a printable version of her Fresh Start Planner. If you are really looking for a planner that can help you with your business goals specifically, I do highly recommend this planner. It's not specifically for writers though. It's more like on the entrepreneurial side of things. But there's a printable version, and then she also sent me a physical version, which I just got in the mail this week. So that's great. I haven't filled this out yet here. It's filled out in my iPad, but I want to move it over here. So it's kind of like a love letter to myself, like how I'm going to approach the year, my annual game plan, and then monthly like goal cards and stuff like that. So since we're already a couple weeks into the year, I need to get on this and get this filled out. But I have the goal plan sheets through the end of March. And that is different from my HB90 planner because it's like it's just a different way of looking at what products and how much money you're making. So that's a little bit different. Inside here too, by the way, I have another one of these bookmarks. This one says magic, and I have a little cherry charm on it. And I just love that. I just wish I could spread them out a little bit more. So if I can, maybe I'll put some more little brads in there. I'm not sure. So have some little stickers here from Unicorno and another little clip that's holding some things together, but I'm going to take that off for just a second so I can show you. So we've got another divider, and then this is a little envelope from Simply Create Doodle. And you can get this in any color. She has lots of different colors of that vinyl. So you can sort of slip some of your stickers in there or a photo or anything you might want there. And then I also have sort of a vision board for my next book I'm going to be working on, which is called A Mirror of Shadows. So that's in here. Then I have more stickers, so I'll put that together in a minute. I have a folder, and I'm trying to remember where I even got this folder. This I think this might have been another cloth and paper purchase, but I'm not 100% certain. I'll have to go look. And I think I have too many stickers in here. I have a lot of procrastinator stickers in here, so I can mark sprints and just different things. But it kind of bulks up my planner a little bit more than I want, so I think I'm gonna adjust this as well. But it's nice to have a folder where you can keep some things. And new bookmark for Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. Everyone there had a reason to want Vanessa gone, including me. So ready to be done with this book. It's getting so close. I told my husband I might just once, like I made so many breakthroughs this week just showing up for my writing that I was like, you know what? If I hit a point where I feel like I'm ready to just finish it, I'm just going to disappear for 3 days. Like I'm just going to go to a hotel for 3 days and just get it done. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know if I decide to do it. So this next section of my planner has more sort of monthly, weekly spreads, but for a different purpose. And this is one of the things I love about having a customizable planner, because you can really put whatever inserts you need. So again, another monthly spread. And this is where I was like, no, I need to track my editorial calendar here. And I'm using Post-it notes because I am not sticking to the schedule exactly. So like this was meant to come out last week. Now it's coming out today. So, or actually it's coming out on the 13th. So, you know, things get to move around, and I think that is fine. I might do color-coded Post-it notes, but anyway, these inserts are from Plum paper. Plum paper you can get in spiral bound, like coil, but you can also get it in, I think, A5 or 7x9 as a disc. Now, this technically is slightly smaller than Happy Planner size because it is 7x9 instead of 7x9.25. So it's not quite as tall. You can see some of these other inserts are taller, but it basically fits, and it comes pre-punched for discs. And what's cool about Plum paper is you can actually customize what's written on the planner. So I chose the Me layout, and this is going to be where I track basically my social media and my like video and schedule, stuff like that. So some of the things that I plan out over here, I'll actually execute over here. So over here on this planner, I might say plan my social media, but over here is where I actually will do it. And if you've watched my channel a bit, you know that I have a place in Notion to do this as well. But I have found for myself that Notion is a great place to put it so that my assistant can see it, but it's not always a great place for me to brainstorm. I just brainstorm better on pen and paper. So I haven't found the perfect solution for this, but for now, we're gonna see how this works. And if it doesn't work, I'll just toss it. Like, no pressure to be perfect, but I'm just sharing kind of what I'm trying. So this is the Me layout. You've got the monthly planner, monthly layout. Then I have task list here. This I had blank, but you can put something here. So you could put quote, or you could put task blocks, whatever you want. Then you get a chance to basically say what it is you want to put in each of these boxes. So you've got Monday through Sunday on the top, and then you have 6 boxes that you get to choose before they print it, what it says. So I have 3 boxes for Heart Breathings, 3 boxes for Sarra Cannon, because those are my 2 brands. This is my author brand, my YouTube brand. So we've got admin, socials, and videos, admin, socials, and writing. And what I intend to do, you can see I didn't use this at all the first week of January. I just used it as a color swatch over here. I didn't use this at all because Evie was sick. She had COVID for weeks, and we just were struggling. So I didn't get to really use it. I do have some more stickers in here of just like YouTube play buttons and stars. I used it a little bit this week, but I'm still, because it's a new habit and a new routine, it's going to take me a few weeks to get into it. So I played around with potentially dot markers, like dot every time I show up, what was my word count or whatever. I'm not sure if I'll keep up with that or not, but I've got my videos in here. Was hoping to have this reset schedule done on Thursday, didn't get done, or reset routine. Choosing the notebook winner, so like that, you know, needed to happen. Recording day. This is going to be not just the things that come out, but the work I do to plan for what's coming out. So let's say on socials, this is the day I record it, but then this is the day I edit it, and this is the day it goes up. All of that will go on this sheet. So once I get back into my new routines, that will all go here. And then the admin is going to be basically any kind of like emails or other things that I need to do. Like this really, choose notebook winner should have gone down here into admin. So that is the weekly Me layout. Then at the end, they do have like tons of things like blog planners and other things like that you can choose from to add in. So I added in a blog planner to brainstorm some of my videos, monthly planning with a blog post schedule, which I would really use for a YouTube schedule. Then you've got like a reflection where you can say, how happy was I this month? How did I feel? I think I definitely will use this page, but I'm not sure if I'll use this one or not. And then you have like your next month's goal and things like that. So that is the way I have it planned out right now, or planned to use that whole section. And I only have the first quarter, January, February, March in here. And then once that quarter is up, I will move to the next one. So I'll take these out and store them in some other discs, and then I will move the next quarter in. So this one says bills, but will be finances. Again, I don't have this all filled out, but this will be kind of like a little budgeting section. These inserts, I cannot remember where they are from, so I'll link them below as just financial inserts, but there's like yearly financial goals, your year at a glance in terms, I'm going to track my income here. Yearly financial review, annual financial summary for like what income did you make, what expenses. Now, all of this stuff I track already in spreadsheets, but I just want to have it at a glance in here because I don't always look at those spreadsheets except when I'm filling them out. So this gives me a place to jot down expenses so that I can put them into the spreadsheet. I have this, they had this little challenge in the printable about saving $10,000 in 52 weeks. And I was like, okay, let's try that. And then you've got a savings tracker, debt account information, subscriptions, donations, a wish list, sinking funds, which I've never really used before. I know this is like a Dave Ramsey thing, but we are saving for a couple of different things for next year. So sinking funds, maybe for some specific stuff. Monthly budget. I don't think I'm going to just have like a monthly budget sheet that I follow every month, but this would be an overview of what our basic expenses are. So I can always be keeping an eye on that. I'm going to be continuing on with my plan with George, where I say, okay, by Friday, I want to have XYZ done with my writing. And then I turn it into him. And if I do, he gives me money. And if I don't, I have to pay him. It's kind of all in good fun because it's all our collective money. But the money that I get gets to go into a sinking fund for something specific that I'm saving for. So we're going to keep track of that. But I don't know if I'm going to use these inserts or if I'm going to create another like Sarah and George game board so I can track like what was due and whether I hit it or not. I might just design something myself in Canva or InDesign. No spend month. So this is something I'm also planning to do a little bit this year. Is I have all these stickers and things that I already have and I want to use them. So I want to do some no spend months this year. So that'll be kind of fun. This says family, but again, all these are coming off. So this next section is meetings. So this is just a place where I can jot down certain types of meetings that I had. I have a whole notebook that's just specifically for meetings that I'm going to use for most of my meetings. And then I'm going to have my meetings with Renee are going to be in here. So that will just be meetings with Renee or with my team because I'm adding to my team this year. And then this final section is kind of my vision board section. So I've got this cloud, again, simply create doodles. I've got a previous vision board from several years ago that is still part of my vision board. And then I just have some notes pages here, but I'm hoping to add more sort of vision type stuff here. There are some pockets here in the back, and I haven't used these yet, but I might stash some of these stickers back here just because the main planner is getting so full that it's like, okay, maybe we need some extra room. But like I was saying, one of the things I love about this planner is that you can have this huge footprint if you want, but if it starts to bother me for the same reasons that that other one was bothering me, I can just take the cover off and put it away, and I can just turn this over to today. And I can just have it be just a smaller footprint on my desk. And that makes it more versatile for me than the A5 planner. And also, it's like in some ways it means it's taking up less room in my desk, but gives me more space on the page, if that makes sense. So another long video from Sarah. But hopefully you enjoyed this sort of customized planner flip through. Let me know if you have a custom system, what sections you have in it that I'm missing here that you think I might benefit from. Some of these are like, I love the first few, the monthly, yearly projects, all of that, but the budget ones, the social media ones, I'm not sure if those are actually going to serve me the way that I hope they would. I also have a Moxie Life planner that I have been using to track things like my fitness and wellness goals that I might just decide to move into here, because to be honest, this last couple of weeks, I'm like, I don't want to be in both of those planners. Maybe I can just put that stuff in here. And I do have Plum paper inserts for the fitness just in case I was going to feel that way. And I am kind of feeling that way. So this might shift again before the end of January. And I will kind of keep you guys updated probably in the notebook challenge video every month with how this is going. But in the meantime, let me know what you think of the setup. Let me know how your planners are going. And I hope that you're doing super well. I am excited for this year. I know for many of us, it's gotten off to a slow start, and that's totally fine. But I will hopefully be finally posting my 2024 goals and my reset routine video where I reset my Kanban board and my goals for the year coming up this next week. And next weekend, we have our virtual writing retreat in the Heart Breathings writing community. We are going to Colorado virtually. All you have to do to join in is make sure that you visit the Heart Breathings writing community page on my website. I will have it linked down below. I was thinking too, why don't we start a section of my newsletter list that people can sign up to get reminders about the virtual retreats specifically, like when things are going live. So let me know if you'd be interested in having a reminder on the 3 days of the virtual writing retreat, because I could definitely get that sent out only to people who requested it. So that might be good, but we're going Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we will be writing from something like 7 a.m. all the way to 11 p.m. Eastern. So all day long writing for 3 full days coming up next weekend. And on Saturday, we'll be opening up enrollment for Publish and Thrive. And this is the first time the course has been open in a year, and I'm so excited for it. So hopefully you will join us. If you're an alumni, check your email tomorrow, check your email on Monday, because you'll have an invite to join the alumni email list for free. And I think that's all the updates. I am redoing my writing office. There's so much fun stuff coming this year, lots of travel. Let me know if you want to see me vlogging the conferences I'm going to. It's going to be a great year, and I hope that you can feel it too. I'm sending you all my love. Thanks for watching my planner lineup. If you're not subscribed, subscribe now, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.